So just a short video this week, a few bibs and bobs and odd jobs. The bike is basically done now. I'm just waiting on the bodywork back from the painters. It should be this week or maybe next week. I'll throw in a little teaser towards the end of this video. Or maybe give you an idea of what the bike is going to look like, kinda. So watch out for that. I'm just installing these exhaust header nuts. It's quite important that you put anti-seize on these before you screw them up. It's quite common that they seize on, they corrode on in place, and it's really nasty if that happens. You ideally have to cut this off, these nuts off, and get new ones. So some anti-seize lubricant, paintbrush, just a light coating on all threads. Special tool. All done. What I'm doing here to hold this on is I've reused the old bracket I had. I cut one side of it off, so it is just relying on it clamping on one side only, and I've just trimmed it off and repainted it, and now I'm just redoing these little bolts up, and that'll hold that in place nicely, and so I won't need that polished stainless steel cover on the back, which I don't think looks as nice as it, nice and clean and minimalist like that. I'm putting a dab of silicone on this guy. Beautiful. I'm replacing the big old ugly spark plug leads that come standard with the BMW with these more sort of retro styled NGK plug caps and these leads. These just screw on and the screw prong contacts with the wire up the guts of these leads. Just a bit of lube. Try and get these covers are so tight. That's one. These come loose with the two rubbers. One goes on the end here like that. And where the spark plug goes. This guy goes on the lead. I just purchased these leads at a auto store. They're Bosch generic spark plug leads. They're obviously too long. The good thing about these is they have this right angle connection to the coil, which is nice. Keeps the wire short and neat. The stock ones come out like this and come around. This comes down quite nicely. Of course, the lube makes it harder to grip this and twist it. Beautiful. So I've just remembered that this bike came with these little plastic caps that go on top of the fork tubes. The problem is now that I've got the fork tubes poking through, So I've machined up these plastic rings or spacers, and I'm going to put them in like this. So the ring just goes over the fork tube like that. So I'll just jack up the bike up from underneath to get that spring to go down a bit. There we go. The big 36mm. There, looks fairly neat. There you go. So while I was at it, I made some extra spacers. These ones are twice as thick as these spacers. So in the future, if I want to raise those forks even more, I can double it using this spacer, or I can triple it by using both of the spacers together. So this is the wire from the magnetic pickup down here. Magnet, there it is. Just into the disc, I drilled a very shallow hole, dropped a bit of super glue in there, and that magnet is on there good and proper, as you can see. Now we want to run this as neatly as we can. In an earlier video I said I'd wait until I got the seat back from the painters before getting it upholstered. Well, I couldn't wait, and I've gone ahead and got it done. So let me show you that. And here it is. Look at that. I am quite liking that. It's very thin, which is what I wanted and what I needed. Tapers up here beautifully. It's quite firm, which is great. For a cafe race you need that with such a thin seat particularly, and with those nutserts in there. This was done by my man at Beyond Trim, Andrew DeBono. He does some awesome work. So it's got silver stitching on the outside and a blue stitching through the middle. That's all real leather. Beautiful work. That is going to look awesome, I think.